Welcome, beautiful soul, to the Rose Frequency, a sacred space where sound, self-love, and the divine feminine intertwine. Here we awaken to the unseen melodies of the universe, tuning our hearts to the frequencies of healing, grace, and deep transformation. I'm Karine, your guide on this sacred journey. Together, we'll explore the mysteries of sound, the power of prayer, and the vibration of love as we attune to the music of our highest self. Like the unfolding petals of a rose, we rise into love, remembrance, and rapture, where the sacred meets the sound and the soul meets its own divinity. So take a deep breath. Open your heart and let the resonance of the rose frequency bring you home. Welcome back, beautiful soul, to the rose frequency. Today, we attune to a sacred lineage, one carried by the womb, by the drumbeat of the feminine heart. We're exploring the feminine way of sound. But first, I invite you to be here and now, to arrive. Be present where you are, present within yourself, present in your heart. Breathe in gently and exhale. Allow your body to soften and feel yourself held in this moment by the Great Spirit. Today, we're entering a path that is ancient, sensual, and deeply wise, the feminine way of sound. Before there were books for us to tap into or temples to worship in, there were women humming over cradles, singing to the moon, drumming through the night. The feminine has always known that sound is sacred. In the temples of ancient Egypt, priestesses of Isis, known as chantresses, would worship with songs and hymns. The sibyls and oracles of Delphi spoke prophecies from deep within trance, their voices intoxicated with pure devotion. Sufi mystics are known to express their poems using traditional melodies performed in community, their songs of poetry moving as a holy offering to the beloved. The feminine voice was, and still is, medicine. As the rose frequency blooms, we'll go deeper into these ancient ways. We live in a time where the feminine voice is rising again, not only in song, but in truth, and redefining boundaries in the softness of her grace, in the sacred rage that awakens. I recently read a blog by Talia Longchamp titled Divine Feminine When Your Mind Cannot Make Sense of Your Experiences, where she offers a well-written understanding of the divine feminine rising in our modern times. She states, like the roar of Mother Earth erupting a dormant volcano, the divine feminine in all her aspects, both shadow and light, is reclaiming her truth. She is reclaiming her power, and she is reclaiming her innocence. One of the roles of the divine feminine is to burn through all illusion, beginning with herself and ending with society. The divine feminine forces others to see themselves. She is the oracle that the divine masculine turns to when he needs to be led. She is the catalyst for mass awakenings, and she brings restoration for generations of ancestral trauma and her family's bloodline. Many women have become too familiar with having to journey through silence, through suppression, through the ache and the frustration of not being heard, whether because our words fall on deaf ears or because we do not allow ourselves to speak at all, myself included. There were times I softened it to please. I silenced it to fit in. Other times I roared for it to be heard. But as I walk along my path, and the more I work with mantra, prayer, with song, with listening, the more I realize that my voice is a form of remembrance and a form of freedom. It is art within the ethers. And although I'm still learning, discovering, and embracing my own voice, the feminine way of sound is teaching me that my voice, that your voice, doesn't have to be polished, but it does have to be true, not just for you, but also true to God. There is a difference in those truths. Connecting with your heart helps to discern between egoic truth and the Creator's truth, a truth that is perfectly designed for you. Your voice can be melodic or it can be raw. Its brokenness spilling between the cracks in a whisper or a wail. It can be silent too, like a pregnant pause that holds everything. In this silence is where your intuition, the voice of the Divine Mother, can be heard and known. A guidance that points to that sound that will break your silence, not in a performative way, but from listening deeply to where divinity creates resonance in your heart. And this isn't easy. Not when the layers of suppression, of silence, of anger weigh heavily on your heart and mind, stifling the throat, your voice muffled beneath it all. If you're listening to this right now, perhaps you're also on the journey back to your voice, which, if you haven't made the connection, is a journey back to your heart, to your womb, the chambers in which the voice of spirit vibrates and where the portal of creation exists. This is all in remembrance to the one that has never left you, but only softened when the world felt too loud, or that the loudness came from within, drowning your voice in self-righteousness, in insecurity, in anger, further fueled by it. For myself, my voice has also been powered by anger, by an intense desire to be heard. This ancestral emotion vibrated through me, only becoming fueled by choices that I had made, choices pushed upon me, and what my unhealed wounds have attracted. At times, I was aware of what ignited this emotion, while other times I was lost in unawareness. And it's not that the anger itself or the feeling of it is wrong. No, it was how I chose to express it and how I allowed it to control me. This is not to say I didn't have countless situations that drowned my voice, stifling me into silence, or where my voice, my words expressing my feelings, were not heard, listened to, or acknowledged. These are all struggles that most women have experienced at one point in their lives, if not too many to count. Yet there is a voice that speaks to you, one that is subtle, righteous, and loving, that tone beneath your breath, a voice nestled within your heart that vibrates from the frequency of the mother. Some may call it your intuition, others your spirit guides, others still the voice of God. However you choose to call it, know that it is the sound of God's given truth for you, rising to the surface, above the noise of your mind, from noise of the outside world, of other people's opinions. Your inner voice is the voice of Creator. Let's take a moment together. Inhale deeply. Feel your breath. Exhale. Listen to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, hum softly. Feel the hum starting at the back of your throat as it vibrates behind your nose, and follow that vibration as it enters your heart. Repeat and pay closer attention to where that hum vibrates. As it moves through your heart, imagine your heart opening like the petals of a rose. Sound doesn't ask us to be perfect. It asks us to be present. And when we return to the feminine way of sound, we return to our body, our rhythm, our ancient memory, our voice. Thank you for tuning into the Rose Frequency. May this episode awaken something soft and powerful within you. If this touched your heart, I'd love to hear from you. You can message me, share the episode with a sister on the path, or simply take a sacred pause to feel the resonance linger. Until next time, may you remember that your voice is holy and your sound is a prayer. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it, leave a review, or connect with me on social media. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Let's keep this vibration growing together. Until next time, keep blooming, beautiful soul.